anywhere else. They're creative and they taste great. So check out Street Side today. Like I said,
talk you for a day and now you feel different. All it takes for you to catch a case and now you feel different. I swear I don't feel make me feel different. I swear I don't feel never feel different. Established. Better bow her head when I walk past her. Where your manners? As a kid, stay with my granny. Daddy went to jail for lost my only chance being happy. Damn, what happened? Outcome match my actions. Talk and I back it. Great example. I'm the standard. Come to preaching what you practice. Actually, I can't fathom or rationalize it. Move past it. He just turned this from his section. Island Daily, well respected, well connected. Look there, tell me God gon' let us into heaven with this. Stay focused, you won't live. The net and what you post on it don't mean to a real. All it takes for you don't get your way and now you feel different. All it takes for you that paper now you feel different. All it takes don't talk you for a day and now you feel different. All it takes for you to catch a case and now you feel different. I swear I don't feel make me feel different. I swear I don't feel never feel different. Why would I hold a man for ransom when my scope like Richard Branson? Since the basement making anthems over seasons with the man in black is seasoned with my patterns. Pretty girl, she think I'm handsome. Just coasting through these matches. I'm not bossing, I'm advancing. Keep it moving till I be on before below. Wanna be intimate.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Here we go.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here we go,
2nd and 8 coming from the 19. They'll keep it on the ground. Sheldon, he is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. You look at this Cowboy defense. They come into this one in the bottom half of the NFL against the run, number 19 overall.
For some defensive fronts, playing the run is not the priority. It's playing the pass, right? They get upfield, they rush the passer, and sometimes neglect stopping the run. That's something that they have to work on and reverse a little bit. Make sure you play the run on your way back to the quarterback.
11 MT.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Oh, and that is incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
On 1st down, Elam. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And the Vikings are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. That's about as exciting of a 1-yard run as you're going to see. Finding a way to dodge that first would-be tackler. But again, just 1 yard out of it.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Here we go. MT.
Now a handoff up the middle. Sheldon, and he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. The Vikings sit 3-4 on the year coming into play. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 14. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a 1st down.
Checks this down to Hubbard. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the run.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Cam Akers with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Done good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. From his end zone, here's Rashid Shaheed. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
From the 21, here's 2nd and 3. Gonna run again here with Pollard. And he's able to get up here to the 26. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake. They've taken care of that early.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. This defense for the Vikings, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as the tackle made at about the 38.
Partner, those are back-to-back 6-yard runs, and if they're going to continue to get those types of plays, shoot, you just keep running the same stuff, don't you?
Yeah, it was 1st and 10, then 2nd and 4. Now 1st and 10 again. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. Off the play fake. Elam throwing the out route incomplete. That's Reed. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
On 1st and 10, Elam. This pass complete to Pollard on the out route. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Throwing on first down, Elam. Pollard here once again, back-to-back catches. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
On 3rd and 2. Elam. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And he will have a Cowboys first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. 58 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Elam. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Chris Olave. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back. Tremendous poise. Confidence never lost. And obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Here we go.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Here we go, here we go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Sheldon, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
1-1, ready?
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now Burrow. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Here we go, here we go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Burrow will throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Fielded at about the 28. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Off play action. Elam. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Adolfo and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 1st half. All knotted up at 7. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And this one's going to sail on him a bit, and it's incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
Here's 2nd and 10. Well, now they'll try the end around. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Here we go.
3rd and 12.
Eleven.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
With his height, that's exactly where you want to put it for him. But even that throw was a little tall to connect for the touchdown.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Well, they're able to come away with the interception, Charles. They aren't able to move the ball all that much. However, they do get 3 out of it with a field goal.
Yeah, and anytime you do force a turnover, you have to come out of it with points. Everybody wants 6. They'll take the 3 there. Now it's their opportunity to do it again.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack. and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Third and 4. Back to throw. Elam. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. Well, the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Oh, look at the juke. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
Gun.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. And they go play action now. Burrow rolling to his right. And that's going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Burrow looking to pass. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
First down, here's Burrow. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
2nd and 10. Again, it's Burrow. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Schultz. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
That false start knocks them back behind the 10 now as they'll try again, first and goal. Now it's Burrow. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
In motion left is Hopkins. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to lose yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
A give to Pollard running left. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Adafe Owe there on the tackle.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd and 6. Here's Pollard again. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 75 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
On first down, Elam swinging this out for Pollard. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To throw on 2nd down, Elam, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Justin Simmons. Well, they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
On first down, Sheldon. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a 2nd time.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 4. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. Oh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9.
11.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game, is he said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
On 3rd down, Sheldon. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Here's Christopher Dunn now for the field goal.
And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Pollard going to try the right side. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
This is 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw.
Elam. He finds his man, Pollard. And he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
from the gun on third down. Elam, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Odafe Oweh. And the Vikings are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he'll get this out to about the 40.
53 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
On second down, Burrow. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Here we go. Get in the huddle.
They'll try the left side. Sheldon. There he goes, left side.
And this will be a Vikings first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4.
Ready?
From the 42-yard line, here's second down and 7.
They'll keep it on the ground. Sheldon. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do you what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then the last second, oh no, I better get down, and he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to let this slip away.
That'll bring up 4th down after back-to-back-to-back 3-yard pickups.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Here we go.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
11, mighty.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Boy, a tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
Gun.
So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on 4th down with a penalty. Now a give, right side. Sheldon. That's another gain of 14 on back-to-back plays.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Gotta tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out.
And the Vikings are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Here we go.
The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for 2.
And Burrow's going to look to throw for it.
And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on on to their fourth quarter lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Looking to throw on second down. Elam.
He completes it to Olave.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And quickly they get to the line.
They toss it down to Pollard.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Tony Pollard, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Here we go, here we go.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
On 2. 11, 11. 12, 12, 12.
On second down, here's Burrow. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 102 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up.
Now Ball loses the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And that ball popped free. We can hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Here we go.
Second and short now following the fumble. They'll try the left side. Sheldon, and he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll run again. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on third down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Sheldon. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
They'll try to run this one in. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And this is where the mental part of the game comes into play. Defense is out of timeouts. Just hold on to the football. No sense really trying to score. They should be able to run this one out.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And he will dive trying to get the first down, but it looks like he's going to be marked down just short. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
Kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, they've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. This is 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Elam. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. One final shot. They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. And Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal. Win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for the Vikings,
They're back to 500 as they move to 4-4 on the year.
and they'll get another home date next week as the Browns will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.